Urgent real-time altcoin forecast. This, guys, is going to go up 10,000x. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up 100,000x. Literally, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like owning Facebook stock when Mark Zuckerberg was just talking to Peter Thiel, and it was called the Facebook. And what's his name? The guy that started Napster said, you should drop the and just call it Facebook.com. How many times did it go up? It's like 10,000. I wouldn't be surprised if this does that. Why? This is Continuum, and I'm going to show you why. Right now, there's 44 people holding it. Literally 44 people. And there's, there's like 4 Ethereum in the pool. This is like nothing. There's going to be 100,000 Ethereum in this pool easily. And this, you put in $100, $100 is going to turn into $100,000. Yeah, that's 1,000x. $100,000 for a $100 deposit. And let me show you why. This explains what this does. This it's just a lot of words that explains what this does. This is how it does it. This is exactly what this guy's talking about. Okay, so what is this? Let me put it to you this way. This is a time machine. And this is the most exciting thing I've seen in my whole life. I'm not kidding you. My whole life, this is the most excited I've been about anything. And I owned Tesla stock, 3 years ago when it was at the very, very bottom. And this is 10 times, 100 times more exciting than that because this is an actual time machine. Now, the thing about a time machine, you have to realize, your body doesn't have to go anywhere. All you have to do is your eyes just have to go somewhere, right? Like, if I want to find out the winning lottery numbers from next month or next week, does my body physically have to be there? No. All I have to do is get my eyes over there. As long as I know what the numbers are, my body can be here. My body can be asleep. Doesn't matter, right? Same thing with if you know a friend of yours is going to have a car accident, all you have to know is what corner, what intersection, and what day and time he's going to have a car accident. You don't physically have to go there to know that he's going to have a car accident. It's just, all you have to do is go into the future, extract the data, and it can change your life right now. So this is how this time machine works. Your body doesn't go there, but your mind does go there. Here it is. This is exactly where your mind is going to be at any point in time, based on your birth date. Now look, this red line only talks about your communication and fights. So basically, this is about your interpersonal relationships. When you're at the bottom, you're going to have horrible interpersonal relationships. You're going to have fights. You're not going to get along with your teammates. You might even get a divorce from your loved ones, or your children might move out of the house or something. Here, you're just going to have a great time. Everyone's going to think you're like the communication genius. Everyone's going to get along with you. They understand you. They're going to feel like you understand them. But what is this blue line? Oh, look, we don't have a blue line yet, do we? So let's go in here and add the blue line and watch what happens. Ta-da! Wow. Now this is awesome. The blue line is your personal feelings and emotional health. So you're going to feel great. You're going to feel great, and then you're going to feel really bad. Now here's the funny thing. What happens where they overlap? And what are these dates? These dates tell you that on, this is the weirdest part, you're going to get freaked out. These days tell you that right around, let's see, I can't fast forward this enough yet because this is the demo version, but right around September 13th, 1991, which is a long time ago, to October 7th, September 13th, for about a month or so, you're going to have absolutely great teamwork. You're going to have absolutely great communication, and you're going to feel great. So everyone in your family is going to love you, and you're going to feel great. But look at what happens the very next month. Very next month, November 11th and November 6th, it only takes a couple weeks. Suddenly, everyone hates you. You feel like crap, and nobody gets along with you. Nobody understands you. You don't understand everybody. There's a breakdown in communication. You end up fighting. That's what these are. So whenever you have both these points that are at low points, you're going to have horrible feelings for yourself. Your emotional health is going to be in the gutter, and people aren't going to get along with you. You're not going to communicate well with them. They're going to misunderstand you. Even if you give them a compliment, they're gonna think that you're making fun of them or something. Haven't you ever had that happen? Like you say something nice to someone, they're like, "I'm supposed to take that seriously? What are you trying to say? Are you trying to tell me I'm fat?" You're like, "No, dude, I'm telling you, you look great." Well, why does it sound like you're telling me I'm fat? I just said you look great. Yeah, but you said I look great while you're looking at my stomach, and I think my stomach is a little bloated right now. So I look, and then you end up with these weird fights. So these are times when you're gonna feel bad, but at least you're not gonna have communication breakdowns, and you're not gonna fight with somebody. And then here, you're not gonna feel good or bad, but you are gonna have a communication breakdown. So. And these dates are going to be updated so that you can see modern, like right now, not 1989. You're going to be able to see tomorrow. You're going to be able to see next month. You're going to be able to see next year. But because of the computational power required to do this, this is not going to be cheap. The users are going to have to pay for this. It's like the premium membership. You know how, what is it? Twitter charges, what, $10 or $20 for the blue check mark? It's going to be like that, except this thing is going to charge you $50 to $200, depending on whether you're a CEO or whether you're somebody that needs to really know what's going to happen in the future. And it tells you exactly when you're going to have a fight. It tells you when you're going to be depressed. It tells you when you're going to feel fantastic and you're going to be in a great mood and you're going to be able to communicate with people. So what I would do in this case, let's say I'm a CEO, okay? Or I'm running for office. I want to be a governor or a president or something. What you should do is hold press conferences here. This is how you use this information. You hold a press conference here because you're going to feel great, and everything you do is going to communicate extremely smoothly. People are going to go, "Holy shit, he makes a lot of sense. Man, he's motivational. Wow, he's inspiring," is what you get at these tops. Here, look at this though. You're kind of on the verge of feeling like crap. Blue is feelings, right? You're going to feel like crap, but hey, at least you're going to give people an inspirational talk or a pep talk or something. Here, it's both. You're going to feel great and you're going to be inspiring. So they're going to charge $50 to $200 a month for most people, and guess what? They're going to give full features to people who hold Continuum. Now here's the thing. You might not actually think that here, cont, yeah. You might not actually think that this is meaningful, but if you don't know this stuff and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to propose to my girl 3 days from now," and what if 3 days from now is this? This is what's going to happen. Look at these dates. It tells you exactly what date these bottoms are. What if you're here? What if you're here today? Let's say today is January somewhere, and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to propose to my girl on May 5th." And it tells you you're going to have the worst communication breakdowns on May 5th. Like, but that's when I want to propose to my girl. You know what's going to happen? She's literally going to say no to you and slap you and walk away and sleep with your older brother or even your dad. That's what she's going to do. It's insane. So why would you not know the future? Why would you not plan for the future when you know when you're going to have a great time and when you're going to have a horrible time? Why would you not do that? Anyway, so CEOs especially are going to use this because they've got lots of money riding on each of their decisions. But everyone, I mean, even if you're in love and in dating, you're going to know, hell, the cool thing here is that you're even going to know your girlfriends, or maybe not even your girlfriend. It's just a random girl at a bar that you met. She told you her birthday, and you want to know when she's feeling great. Hell, you want to know when she's actually feeling romantic, so that when you talk to her, she's going to say, "Yeah, I'll go to a hotel with you and spend 3 days naked in bed with you." These are these timings here. You ask her, "Hey, do you want to go to a hotel with me and kind of spend the night?" And you catch her on one of these days, she's going to call the cops on you. You'll end up in jail, literally. So these are things you kind of want to know. And what's going to happen? And you really should test this out. Here's the website here. futureview.app/time machine. Test this out for yourself, and you'll go, "Holy shit. 3 months ago, I was feeling like crap, and it tells me here that I was supposed to feel like crap 3 months ago. Oh, whoa. A year and a half ago, I had the best time in my life. I won this thing, and then I made a ton of money, and I met the love of my life, who's now my wife. And it says that this would be a great time. This would be the peak successful time for me. And that was exactly when I got engaged and then met my girlfriend. It just matches. It literally just matches. So if you think, no, this is bullshit, how would anybody know when I'm going to have success and failure, success and failure, success and failure? And remember, the red is communication success, and blue is emotional and feeling success, or failure. And you'd think, how would you know? But dude, literally, I mean, you can tell every single year. Tsunami season happens at the same point in time. It's like April, early May every single year. High tide happens at the same time every single year. Your girlfriend gets pissed off at just about the same time every single month. It's just you don't tend to notice that you have these patterns. You know that you end up with a really crappy year every couple years, but you never write down what years they were. You never write down when the peaks of those months were. If you wrote them down, you'd go, holy shit, there's exactly 17 months, and then 15 months, and then 19 months, and then 17 months again, and then 15 months, and then 19 months, in between each of my peaks and valleys of all my bad years and bad months and good years and good months. If you actually wrote them down, you'd realize that shit happens on a regular basis that's predictable like clockwork. Except it's not always going to be like May 17th at 3 p.m. Things are going to be, May 17th, 3 p.m. is just horrible for me. No, it's not like that. What ends up happening sometimes, it takes 2.5 years for something bad to happen. And then other times it takes a year and a half for something good to happen, but they happen on regular intervals. They repeat. So it's not like you can't. Anyway, just use this. Do you get what I'm saying? The length of time in between good events and bad events changes, but once it reaches a certain cycle, it recycles back to the beginning. So if it's 4 months, 7 months, 3 months, then it's going to be 4 months, 7 months, 3 months, over and over and over again. So it's not just always going to be random. Well, it's about time I had a really, really good win in my trading, and it's about time I had. No, it doesn't work like that. If you just wrote it down and nobody takes notes on when they have good trading days or bad trading days, or good romance days or bad romance days, but you don't have to anymore because this thing does all that for you. And there's going to be another line in here. There's going to be a golden yellow line that tells you how your mental health and mental strategic power is going to be. But those are way bigger arcs. Those are way larger arcs. So these are every couple months, but the mental strategic lasts about a year and a half. When that happens, you're going to know, hey, for this entire year, I'm not going to make long-term plans, because everything I decide to do this year, like I'm going to buy a house this year, I'm going to decide to get married this year, you're going to screw up. Do not make mental plans when the mental line is down here. You should only make strategic long-term plans when the yellow line, which isn't visible yet because it's just not here yet, is up here. Up means make lots of plans, do lots of strategic thinking, do lots of long-term plans, and make lots of long-term commitments. Down here, do not make any commitments, do not make any plans. Just keep doing what's been working and don't innovate, don't do anything else. You can plan, but just don't make commitments until you're up here again. That's just super, super insanely powerful. And this is the only other thing I need to tell you. What's missing here is that this tells you when you're going to have a really bad time and when you're going to have a really good time. Okay, so you can plan for stuff. But it doesn't tell you what's going to happen. It's like 5 days from now, you're going to have a horrible time. Well, what's going to happen? Why am I going to have a horrible time 5 days from now? It doesn't tell you on this one. But there's going to be another overlay on version 2 where it tells you exactly, you're going to have a hard time because you're going to get run over by a car. You're going to have a great time because you're going to meet someone romantically. You're going to have a great time because you're going to make a lot of money on this day. It'll tell you exactly the cause of why you feel good and why you feel bad, why you feel good and why you feel bad. It's amazing stuff. It's amazing, absolutely amazing stuff. But I mean, this is so foreign to modern people. Because think about this. I know I'm going on 15 minutes, but just listen. 150 years ago, there was no TV, there was no radio, there was no movie theaters, there was no projection screen, there was nothing. The only thing that was lit up, that moved 200 years ago, was you come home and you turn on your kerosene lamp, your animal lard fat lamp, right? But animal lard fat is expensive. How many people actually own cows 200 years ago? It's just not something that everybody does. So it's expensive, so you don't turn on the lamp, right? So what's the only light source you have when you don't turn on the lamp and you come home from a hard day's work, whether it's at the local tavern or whether it's at farming out in the field? You come home and there's the only thing with lights that moves is the stars. Literally, it's just, that's it. So you go home and you're out front in your front yard of your hut or your hovel, and you lay back and you're like, oh man, that was a tough day of work. And you look up at the stars and you're like, man, I had a really good day today. And you're looking up at the stars and you're like, wait a second. The last time I had a really good day, those two stars were right next to each other. Huh, that's weird. I had a really good day. I wonder if I'm going to have a really good day the next time those two stars are lined up right next to each other. These are the conversations people used to actually have. And then you had a horrible day. Let's say your girl cheated on you with her brother. That stuff like that used to happen 200 years ago. Girls would cheat on you with her brother. Yeah, 200 years ago, 300 years ago, people did that sort of thing. So you come home and you're like, man, today's been a horrible day. My girl cheated on me with her brother. And so you lay back on the grassy knoll in front of your house and you're like, look up at the stars and you're like, holy shit, the last time I had a horrible day was when I got all my teeth knocked out by my donkey, was when I had those two stars or those three stars right next to each other. And there they are again. Those same three stars are right next to each other. And I had a horrible, crappy day today. I wonder if I'm going to have a horrible, crappy day the next time those three stars are lined up together. I mean, that's all they did back then, was just look up at the sky and look at these stars go across the sky. That was their movie theater. That was like light theater. 2000. And that's a reference to an old... anyway. You don't do that anymore. So now you need this to tell you when you're going to have a great day or a great month or a great year, and bad day, bad month or bad year, and when. And then the next layer, like I said, is going to be beware of cars, beware of girls, beware of food poisoning, beware of, who knows. They don't tell you exactly what's going to cause your great moments and your horrible moments. And it's not... This isn't foreign to humanity, but this technology is literally 5,000 years old, because it comes from the I Ching, Y Ching or I Ching. The only problem with the I Ching is that nobody calibrated it. Nobody knew what to calibrate it to. There's a black stick and then there's like a dotted black stick. What do you do with these sticks? Well, you calibrate them to what? Here, this is what you calibrate the I Ching to. NASA and U.S. Navy military interplanetary star system database. It's out there. You can Google it if you don't believe me. But these databases are out there, and all you have to do is calibrate it to the I Ching, and bam! Now you've rebuilt the alien time travel tech that hasn't been used for 5,000 years. It's just because that's how old the I Ching is, 5,000 years old. And no one's been able to use it properly since then. It's just amazing. It's crazy, crazy stuff. And in order to use this, you've got to use this. Continuum. And you don't think this is going to do like 10,000x? Really? I mean, this is like looking into the future and looking into the past. Oh, you can use this, and you can even look into someone's past. You met a girl at a bar. She tells you her birth date. You can look into her past and know a lot about everything about her, where she's been, who she's been with, what she's done. It's all in this data. You're not going to be able to interpret it. Just anyway, it'll be here. You'll be able to see it. This is just version 1, so it doesn't have a lot of layers of data. But they're going to keep adding layers, and every time they do, it's going to cost more of this. Super exciting. Absolutely exciting.